Hey guys, hello, happy new year, happy new year, even though I know today is, a good week and a half into the new year, but I haven't seen you guys for painting reasons at all this year, other than posting. So this is my first time actually in my shop painting this year in 2020. So welcome. I just wrapped up Whimsical Wednesday over on Dixie Belle Paints page, and I'm working on this hutch that's behind me. Forgive me if you've already heard this, if you're joining me from over there, but if you're just hopping on here on my page, let me give you a little bit of a background. This piece that's behind me is a client's. It is, hi Michelle. Yeah, say hello when you guys come on, please do. This piece behind me is a client's slash friend slash coworker. She actually is my social media. Her name is Chelsea, and she lives in New Mexico. And her husband drove this china cabinet, which is a family heirloom, down to me to paint for her. And I'm super, super humbled to be trusted with it, and not to screw it up, and to hopefully give it a little bit of life and bring it on into 2020. Because let me tell you, we've already got the top painted, and the last hour on, it didn't take us an hour, we talked a lot. But hey Nina, hi Pam, hi Karen. It's this ugly golden oak color, and it's very, very early American. It's a very folksy cabinet. It is not trendy in the least, and Chelsea and her husband Zane are super trendy. They're stylish, they're peppy, they're upbeat, and this little cabinet is not. But it belonged to her grandmother that she was very close to, and she is honored to have it. And she uses it in her home, but she's like, it doesn't go with anything, and I need help. And so, hi Deborah, hi Linda. So hello Trish. So that's what we're doing. I had her send me a bunch of pictures, and I really only got my color, where I'm going to put color on the piece idea in the last 30 seconds of my last video. So now I have an idea, and I'm super excited about it. Hi Pat, hi June and Deb. I'm very excited. So I had no idea when I started this at 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock Central. It's now 8 o'clock Central my time. I had no idea what I was doing. That's how it happens, guys. You just have to start painting. I have been looking at this piece for a week, and finally I got her to send me pictures. I got my color scheme down. I knew what colors I wanted to maybe pull from. Hi Chelsea. Hey Pookie, hi there. But I didn't know where I was going to put them or what I was going to do. So I started safe by using the light gray first, which it's not even totally a gray. It's French linen. It's very taupe and gray at the same time, and it's that top color. It can go more taupe if it's around the tans or browns, and it can go more gray if it's around gray. So I started with French linen, still didn't know what I was doing. Started painting. Very open about that. Then I broke out my Hurricane Gray, which is a little bit darker gray, which you can see here, it's still wet. I started Hurricane Gray about right here in the middle, and the middle of that section, and I started to bring it down on top. And I showed my group online on Dixie Belle's page how I did that blending. The blending is very nice, not because I'm good, but I mean, you know what I mean? It's a good two colors to blend, easy to blend, added a little bit of water, 2 brushes, and I know, Diane, I'm super excited. That's totally what I'm doing. But a little bit of water, brushes, long strokes, kept going. The light brush and then the dark brush, and then the light brush and then the dark brush. Blended out, looks great, looks smoky. I like that a lot. And then because I was online with them, I said, well, I need the orange gone. Like I was like, I just need to get the orange out of here. I'll get a visual. My family just got home. I'll get a visual when I can get all this orange covered. So I just started painting. And then I was like, well, here, real quick, just for y'all, let me bring the color over the front of the edge. So I just did like that. And then I was talking to them, and I stepped away, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of liking that. I think I got an idea. So I got this idea, and I think I'm just going to start doing it. And y'all just want to watch? Y'all want to watch? Thank you. You needed to go get a snack, Nancy. I know I need water. I ate real quick before I came on live, because sometimes I start talking and I I get like lightheaded because I just get going too fast and I get super excited. Thanks, Gayla. I know it does. It looks so much better already, right? So the piece, someone asked, does this top piece come off? Yes, it does. It's not even attached right now. It's loose. I can rock it back and forth, all right? But in order, when you're working with color blending and ombre and, you know, this piece is going to sit like this. In order for that to work, I don't want to work on just the bottom and then the top. You know, I need them to be there together. So I've left it in place, and then when I'm done, I will lift that off and I'll go in and fill in underneath and kind of doctor that up, and then it'll be finished completely, and then it'll sit back in place. So that's what I'm planning to do. The other question someone had, what was the other question? Oh, hardware. So I had already decided, this has got the early American hardware. I don't want to replace this hardware. Well, for one thing, it's her grandmother's piece. Secondly, that hardware doesn't bother me. I've put that hardware, in fact, I posted on Instagram. Did y'all see on Instagram this week in my stories, and also in my highlight buttons? Do you follow me on Instagram? Go to Instagram. Across the front of, if you go straight to my page, you know, it'll say my bio, talks, you know, gives a link, blah, 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 tells what I do. And then before all the little squares of pictures, there's 4 little circles across the top. We are just starting to build those. Those are called highlights, and we're just starting to build them for this year. And Pantone color of the year is cobalt blue, which, by the way, here it is, cobalt blue. That's the Pantone's color of the year. Actually, blues in general are this year. So I've done several pieces in this color, and they had that hardware, and I left it, and I painted it a bold gold, and it looked amazing, and everyone loves the piece. So I don't mind that hardware, but I am going to paint right over it, and so I'm leaving it. All right. Can you take off? No, Pollyann, it's not my piece. It's a family heirloom of a client, and actually she's here. So if this were my piece, or a piece that I had found somewhere that was not a family heirloom, I probably would leave the curvy piece, but I know I would take the spindles off. But we're not going to deconstruct or deface it like that in any way, because it is someone's family heirloom. So we're just going to make it a little, you know, kind of, hopefully just painting. If you'd seen it before, Polly, did you see it before when it was in the oak color? I don't think that looks bad, actually. So, long time no see, you're funny. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead. This is my idea. I'm going to turn my back to you guys, but I have a mic on, so you should be able to hear me. I'm going to go ahead and kind of start throwing down my idea of, we got a piece of terry cloth. I'm sure it's a rag from when the piece was cleaned. I'm going to go ahead and start throwing down my idea here, and we'll see what happens. And you know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I got pretty excited, and usually when I get excited, that means it's going to work. So I'm thinking about bringing the gray down the middle. I need to do it evenly. I think I want to do it. I'm going to do my outline about right here, which is about right here. Now we'll blend this out. It'll be blended out. It's not going to be like a definitive line. But do y'all get the gist of what I'm doing here? Kind of just giving my brain a break ahead of time, basically. Kind of setting my boundary. That's what I like to do. I'm going to do it about like that. So I just am checking. You see what I've done here? Now I need to step back and look at my boundaries. So is that too low? Do I need to bring y'all down? No need to slick stick the wood, boss. Do you need to, you didn't need to slick stick it? No, I did not, Melissa. I don't need to. And slick stick really is for, I mean, it's for like that baked on china finish on furniture. That's not this. This is a really, I mean, it feels like wood. It's not super shiny. And slick stick is more for like metal and glass and things like that. Now I did have to paint that that headboard, the palm, what do you call it? Pop art headboard. I did have to slick stick that. And that was that Bombay and Company baked on from China finish. And that's not what this is. And no, I didn't need to boss it either. Just straight paint. Straight paint. Okay, so stepping back and looking, this one, see how this paint touches this handle, and I like that better. So I'm going to come over here and bring it out to that handle as well. So this just kind of gives, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, I want it to be balanced. Okay, so that kind of gives me a good area to work in. So now I'm just going to fill this in. So I'm down here and y'all are up there, and I can't see your comments, and I don't have anyone answering for me. So y'all talk amongst yourselves and answer each other. Now I will tell you that I will also, after this piece is dry, I'll come back and open these doors and make sure I've gotten in here really well. But for now, when you're working on these natural pieces with natural color flow everywhere, you just paint right over. This is a single door. This right here is this. It looks like 3 drawers, but it's not. See, it's one big single drawer. I feel bad that I always come on here on my own page after I've already chattered for an hour, and then I feel like my words don't come out well, and I'm actually pretty articulate, at least on Dixie Belle's page. And then I get up here with y'all and I'm like, I can't find my words. All right, so that's that. I can't wait to get the blue on. I cannot wait to try this. Super excited. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And I don't know if she's still on, you guys, but Chelsea was on. Talk about some pressure. Now, Chelsea, did I tell y'all she is my social media manager? I work with her every single day, and she's in New Mexico, and I've known her for a long time. She actually was a college cheerleader with my daughter Haley. They went to Texas Tech together, and that's how they met, and then they ended up being roommates, and so I've known her a really long time. But she's now a grown woman and married, and she now works with me. So yeah, they drove this down over the holiday and left it with me, and no rush, but I couldn't wait to get it done. So, all right, so I've brought that color down the middle. I have not painted under the middle 2 shelves yet, and I will. I fully plan to. And I also haven't blended out these side panels. I've only blended the very back. But it will all be blended on the sides as well, that smoky blend. All right, so what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to do the top first, and y'all aren't going to be able to see, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing as well up here. But as soon as I can get it down onto the front, I will. What I'm doing right here is wetting my edge. So I'm wetting the edge of each side because I know that as I start to blend, I want a little bit of wet paint here. I'll use my bottle as well, but just kind of wetting that edge. Okay, so the next color that I'm going to use is, looks like the finish was very glossy. Did you use Slick Stick before I start? Christine, you're the second person to ask that. No, I did not. And it's not very glossy. I think it's just the lighting. It's really, really not, y'all. It's not. Okay, so I think we're going to go, we had already decided, with Bunker Hill Blue. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I should do, no, I don't think I want to use this. I kind of thought I would do Dusty Blue and then Bunker Hill, but I'm not. I'm just going to do Bunker Hill and blend it in with the gray, and then we're going to end up in the navy for the very bottom. So here we go. This is what Dixie Belle paint looks like when you order it online. By the way, my link is at the top of this video where you can order any paints online. You can order your brushes that I'm using. You can order the spray bottle. You can order any of your products. Even an apron. Oh, they have calendars. They have calendars, and my piece, oh my gosh, what's my piece? What month is my piece? I forgot what month I am. Am I March? I don't remember, but I made it on the calendar, one of my pieces, and I was so excited. I didn't even know. I don't even think they told me that they were doing calendars. Anyway, they're sealed. When it comes in the mail, First of all, it's wrapped, every single jar is wrapped in the thickest amount of bubble wrap you can imagine. And then you take this off, you unwrap the bubble wrap, you take that seal off, then you open it, and then it's got another seal on the inside like this, and it's sealed, okay? And then you pull that off, and there's always paint on the inside of that, so always turn it sideways and kind of scrape that off, because I call that paint abuse if you waste paint. All right, so now I'm gonna get my brush and my water bottle, and I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna put that right there because I might need that. And I'm gonna start laying down a little bit of this Bunker Hill blue right up here on this corner on the top, and I'm gonna bring it around and down. So just like that. And we actually did it all the way into there. Let that sit for a minute, and I'm going to bring this up, and then I'm going to get my gray brush and my bottle. You need lots of hands, as you can see. Normally, when not on video, I would have a table set here with all of my brushes sitting just like this on top of each jar of paint. All right, so I'm going to take my spray bottle. I'm just kind of spritz it a little bit. I'm going to dip a little bit more into the Hurricane Gray, and I'm going to start blending this edge, bringing the gray into the blue and the blue into the gray, just like that. Woo! That's pretty. I don't know if y'all can see that at all, but it is pretty gorgeous. And then I'm going to come back over here on the edge and hit it with some more blue. Just like that. Now this is something that I know without a doubt I'm going to have to play with to get it to blend from all sides, because I've also got the side over here. Pretty cool though. But I know that I do not want that much blue here in the middle. I want this to be pretty pure gray in the middle, but that's okay. I'm going to come back and add to that in a minute. Now I'm going to go down to the front of the piece and start working on this blend here. I'm going to get a third brush because I've already got too much gray in that blue. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to spritz it a little bit, just a bit. I've got my blue here. And this is very impromptu, guys. I had no idea that this is what I was going to do. And it will not be, it will way soften up, way. We are not going to leave it this bold, especially after we do lots of shading and shadowing. But this at least gives you a really good idea of where you start, because you're not going to see this piece again until I'm done with it. And this gives you an idea of how far things actually come. All right, so here's gray. I'm going to bring that in to the blue to start working out this line. And I actually could go ahead and take it all the way down the front of that drawer. Now remember, we're going to base it out on the very bottom with navy. I'm going to have navy on the bottom, and I'm just going to go ahead and sit down. Can y'all see me okay down here? Let's see if y'all can see me. Will the paint stick to the varnish? I don't know what y'all are talking about. Is the paint going to stick to the furniture itself? Absolutely, without a problem. Without a problem. If it were super slick, you guys, I could have primed it, or I could have used a slick stick, but you rarely have to use slick stick on wood. You just don't. You just don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and get all of this blue down to about right here, I think, because I think I'm going to introduce navy at about that point. And the only reason that I ever prime is the only reason I ever prime is not really worried so much about adhesion. It's more worried about color blocking and wanting to block bleed through. But I knew that I was using grays and blues, and I didn't have to worry about that. No, you can paint right on the furniture, y'all. As long as you've washed it really well, you've removed the oil and the dirt and the grime, you're good. Trust me. It just, people just overthink it. And people think that you should be able to paint this furniture and then you're going to scratch it. Like the next day, you're going to go scratch and go, oh, well, the paint's scratching off. Well, yeah, the paint's scratching off. It's a day old. Yeah. It's not magic. You've got to give it time to do what it has to do. It needs 30 full days to withstand a scratch test. 30 days. That's how long it takes for all of the moisture to evaporate out of really any paint product. All right, so now I'm going to take some more of this gray with this other brush and start working on this right here. And start bringing some of that in to the blue. And I know that the blue's getting taken over there, but that's okay. Because it is a process. It's a process. Blending is scary. Blending scares a lot of people. You just got to keep working it. And over here, especially when you've got so many, like there's cabinet doors and drawers, and you just want to take that paint in all directions, just like this. And then sometimes once you get it to kind of what you want, even though it might not be perfect, then you just sort of stop and step away, let it dry. And then if there's too much blue in the middle here, you just go back and cover that back up in the end with one final coat of like a solid gray if I don't want any touches of blue in there at all. But how pretty is that already getting? From what it first looked like when it was like super cobalty, even though I know this is not cobalt blue, it's already really softening up. So that blue on those drawers, I'm not going to want that there at all. So in the end, I'm going to go back. But what my focus is right now is softening up this color. And we are getting it. So it's happening for us. Love it. Okay, so now, since y'all are, for the purpose of, because y'all are online, I'm going to go ahead and cover some of this up. Since y'all are here watching, I would normally let this dry completely before I started covering that up, but just so you don't see that blue highlight in the middle, because I don't really want any blue highlight in there in the middle. I'm covering that up. Without messing up the blending that's already taken place over on the side. Woo! I love it. I love it. Love, love, love it. Now we're going to go on down into navy, and I'm going to let the navy go all the way across. Ooh, that looks really good. Can y'all see that very well? Can I get some light on that just a little bit better? Do you want me to bring you in to see it up close? Would y'all like that? Let me see. You see that here on this side? You like? Looks pretty good so far, doesn't it? For a first pass, right? It's for a first pass. Not bad. Now it goes up over the edge like this, and I'm going to soften that. This up here I'll soften, but remember, I mean, it's just getting started. Wasn't worried because y'all couldn't really see that. I was more excited about getting this down. Yes, Kay, not always. Not always. Okay, let's see. I love it. Zaina Zorba said, just let her work. Exactly. Tell him, don't worry. We are, you know, if you want to remind him, we are going to be shading and highlighting and adding lots of depth and lots of texture. So this is our underlayer. This is our underlayer. Plus, it's wet, and so when it dries, excuse me, it starts to darken. I know, this is kind of cool that she's watching, right? Kind of cool. I love it, Chelsea. I love the idea. So someone asked me, am I painting right over the hardware? Yes, I'm painting right over the hardware. Not always. It depends on the style. It depends on what it is that you're doing. Oh, thank you, Janet. Hi, honey. Yeah, it just came to me. Just came to me. This up here is still dry. This is still wet. So we started up at the top with sawmill gravy, and we went down, French linen, and went down into ombre, down into hurricane gray, and we're doing Bunker Hill blue, and we're going to take it all the way down to the bottom in a navy, in the navy. But depending on what type of piece I'm doing, if I'm doing a clean line or a super blinged out with crystal knobs, or clean lines with brass hardware, or, you know, it just depends what you're doing. But the organic pieces, if you'll just notice, the organic color movement pieces, very, very often, you just paint right over the hardware. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see, someone else asked, do you always know where you're going? No. And I started this piece at 7 o'clock over on the Dixie Belle paint page, had no clue what I was doing until 7:50. All of a sudden, I turned around, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start the blue on the outer corners and bring it in and let the gray go down over the front. That hit me on camera live, and then I switched over to my page right here and said, hey, did y'all just hear the aha moment just happened? So how do you deal with the edges and the inside doors and drawers? Okay, so edges of the doors, this right here is a one big drawer. So I will, you know, once it's dry and I'm finished playing and moving paint everywhere, then I open my drawers and I will just go in and clean them up. These are already done. But I'll either wipe away excess, sand away excess, or touch it up just like that. And then the insides of the drawers are not my duty. That's not my job. No, this is Chelsea's grandmother's piece. She's actually watching, and she'd already cleaned them up as much as she could. If a client asks me to paint the insides, I will. If they ask me to do anything special on the inside of the drawers, I will do that as well. Is chalk mineral paint the same as chalk paint? Yes, Peggy. Yes, that's what chalk mineral paint is. It's chalk paint, and I don't know why. Chalk paint does not have chalk in it. Did y'all know that? It doesn't. Chalk paint literally does not have real chalk in it. It's called chalk. It's a mineral paint. It's minerals is what it's made from. That's the base of it. Most mineral-based paint has clay in it. But it's called chalk paint because of the way it feels. It's the feel that it leaves. Did y'all know that? Little bit of information. Okay. Real quick before we go, this is something I definitely wanted to talk about. I didn't get to talk about it too much over on Dixie Belle because I don't like always like promoting me, but it's promoting their retailers as well, and it just happened that way. I am traveling. I've talked to you guys about it already. I've got a couple things to tell you. I am traveling this year all over to teach in workshops, and I've got right now 3 Dixie Belle retailers that have invited me into their stores. They are so kind and they are so excited, and I am just feeding off of that. And they're wanting to offer a 2-day workshop, and with actually a couple of them have an icebreaker and then 2-day reception on one night, and then 2 days of painting. We're working together and painting furniture. We're not just painting on a little board or painting we're doing furniture. So we would love to have it's open to the public, and let me tell you where they are. Fort Myers Beach, Florida is the first one, and that is on March 3rd and 4th. It's a 2-day workshop, and it's hosted by Carla of Salty Dog Gallery and Gifts. And then the second one is Peoria, and that one's a 2-day one. Peoria, Arizona, which is hosted by Deborah Bucher of Deborah Bucher Designs, and she is, I believe, on here right now. And that one is on March 21st and 22nd. It's in Arizona. If you're anywhere close to there, it is a 2-day event as well at a really cool venue called Art on Fire. And that one, there is a reception on the 20th as well. So just like a hangout, get to know each other reception. And then you're actually watching the live now. Kay is saying, oh, she must be answering someone else. So that's that one. We'd love for you to come to that if you're near there. And then the third one is in Perry, Iowa. And I believe Pat's still on here, but that is by hosted by Patricia Snyder of Savage Soul. And there we go. Deborah's posting right now. And in Perry, Iowa is also at a really cool venue called La Poste. And that one is April 4th and 5th. And she's also having on the 3rd, a kind of a reception icebreaker the night before as well. So 1, 2, and 3 across the country. So happy to be there. So excited about it. If you'll go to my website at traceysfancy.com, you'll see on the main landing page a place to go see where workshops are going to be held this year for the whole year. There's a calendar, and if you'll just click on that, it'll take you to a page, and then you'll be able to click on all of these retailers, all of these workshops link, and you'll go and register and sign up there. So Kathleen, oh my gosh, Kathleen, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're back. Oh, something to take your mind off the crap. I can't even imagine what you've been through. We will be painting, I'm doing a big armoire at that workshop, and you bring a piece with you. So all of these workshops are you bring a piece, not a little frame or a jewelry box. You bring like something you can carry and put in your car, like a oversized nightstand or a small secretary desk or something like that. So you're painting furniture. That's what we'll be doing. With me, alongside me, sort of my design on the big armoire on your piece. And I am going to be, Monica, I'm going to be at the Dixie Belle Retailers Convention first. That's at the end of February, but that's for retailers only, but I am teaching at that, which I'm super excited about. And then we go to Fort Myers Beach, which isn't far. That's not far from Orlando. That was like an hour and a half drive or something like that. Make the trip to Fort Myers Beach. It was gorgeous. It's our second time to do that. It's our second year there. It's a fun. They're all going to be so much fun. I'm super excited. And if for some reason you are a retailer in another area, another region, another state, another city, and you would like to host a painting workshop there, I am open. I'm open to it. I don't know about my schedule being open, but I'm open to it. So, Monica, is it really? Because we drove there last year I was in Lutz. Isn't that by Orlando? That's like an hour from Orlando, I guess. I was in Lutz or Lutz, L-U-T-Z. I was in Lutz or Lutz, however you say that, Florida. And then we drove to Fort Myers Beach. And I thought it was like an hour and a half. But I'm sorry. I didn't know it was that. I thought it was closer than that to Orlando. But you live there, not me. So anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you. Second thing I want to tell you is, you will hear all about this next week, but I'm just giving you guys a heads up that my health and wellness group, The Best You, which is a life-changing decision, and it's a life-changing group with hundreds of women who have gone through it, and many of them are on here right now. That group is opening. You might want to pay attention over the weekend. We'll be open for 5 days. We have been not opened in 4 months. We have not allowed any new members in 4 months. We're opening, and we probably won't open again for 4 more months. So if you are ready to give it a try because you've heard a lot about it, you've heard what a life-changing experience it is, what a wonderful support group it is, if you've tried every diet in the world, if you're sick and it's not worked, give this a try. If you've tried everything in the world every medication in the world to get rid of your overall chronic fibromyalgia pain, or your arthritis pain, or your back is bad, or your neck is bad, or you've got psoriasis, or you've got some sort of skin disorders, or your metabolism sucks, or you have horrible cramps, or your menopause is killing you, or you're struggling with infertility, or your diabetes is out of control, or your blood pressure is through the roof, or any of those things, or you've done some things and you've been successful, but you feel very alone in those things, give it a try. Be watching this weekend, okay? And we will be plastering it everywhere that it's available for you. I know you're here to paint, but I want you to feel good while you're painting. I painted for years on terrible feet and a bad back, and would cry myself to sleep, but I loved painting so much, but it was killing my body. So I know you're here to paint, but do you know that you can paint without pain? You don't have to have pain. I don't have pain. I paint and I don't have pain. And it's because I changed my diet, period. Yes, Nancy, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Gayla and Pam, you guys are great. Okay, you guys, I think we're going to end with that. I'm going to close this drawer back, let you get a good look at it one more time. Just know that it is a work in progress, and the next time you see it, thank you, Kathy. I'm so happy for you, hon. The next time you see it, I have no doubt. Honestly, even if you don't have any of that stuff, but you just want more energy, or you have little kids, or you've just become a grandma, and you know that you want to be your absolute best self, that's all you need. You don't have to have any of that bad stuff. You can be doing quite well. You just are like, I've just kind of been thinking I want to take better care of myself. That's where you should start, deep on the inside. Don't worry about your skincare right now. We'll get there. But start on the inside, because amazingly, it'll do wonders for your skin. But then you can also do good things for your skin on top of it. But it's more important to start on the inside. Nina, you watch my Facebook page this weekend, okay, hon? Anyway, the next time you see this, it won't look like this. It's going to look completely different, but this is how it starts, all right? This is where it starts. So, no, Debbie, I know, no true whimsy on this piece. No stripes, no checks, maybe a little bit of gold, but no stripes, no checks, no harlequin. Not on this one. Not on this one. I need my whimsy people. I do. I can't seem to not get a brown line around the doors and drawers when I have blended the front of my pieces. How can I avoid it looking messy and unfinished when doors and drawers open in use? Okay, so you have to clean those up yourself. You have to go do that. So when I'm done, when this piece is dry, I will open them up. Or I open them up while they're drying. Once I'm finished blending and I know I'm done, and I'm not done blending, I take a small artist brush or my finger with paint, and I just go in and I clean that up. Now I can also take this drawer out, which I will, and there is a brown line that did not get painted. I have to go paint that. Now, is it going to match my blend perfectly? No, but I'm going to take it the closest I can, grayish blue, whatever, and just get a small little artist brush and kind of fill that area in. Just kind of rub it in. You can use your finger. Don't overthink it. Just use your finger. Fill it in. Let it dry, and then put your drawer back in. And then that brown line is gone. Same thing with when you open the cabinet door. So when I open this cabinet door, it's brown on the inside. Well, it's my job. I got to clean that up. I got to go add some gray or whatever color is there. Just use my finger. Most of the time, I use my finger. And I just fill it in with coat of paint. One swipe of paint. That's the beauty of Dixie Belle. Are you using Dixie Belle? One swipe. You're done. Let it dry. Close it back. Will you be putting a top coat on this, Darlene? I will, because she uses this piece. It gets a lot of use. It's not just to be pretty. So I am going to use top coat and satin on this piece, and I'm going to use my applicator sponge. Love my applicator sponge. Let me get one. I will be using one of these little bad boys, applicator sponges. They come 2 in a pack on the Dixie Belle website. Like I said, you can follow my link or look up your local retailer. They probably carry these. These things are amazing for top coats. You can also paint with them to do base coats. But this is a game changer. Did you see me use it on my kitchen cabinets and on my front door as well? These are what I top coat with. I also top coated my dining room table. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see my Instagram TV over the holidays? 3 last minute projects to do. Okay, and you can use these over and over. You just wash them, dry them, rinse them, squeeze them out, and then they're good to go. The only thing that makes them a little crunchy is gator hide. I found if you use gator hide with these, it doesn't wash out as well. So gator hide to me is a little more kind of one and done, but I think you probably could if you really washed it out and maybe sanded it or scrubbed it like that with your fingernails. You probably could, but the top coats wash right out of it. Sponge on a china cabinet, and I just painted. It does, doesn't it, Pat? It does. Love them. I hope you give them a try. Okay, guys, well, that's it. Thank y'all for joining me. I've missed you guys. It's been a couple of weeks off of painting. This feels good. I'm going to go ahead and finish up around the whole thing tonight before I close up shop. It's 8:30 my time. I'm going to go say hello to my family and then come back out here and paint some more. So we'd love to have y'all to workshop. If y'all have any questions, you can shoot me a message. You can reach out to any of those ladies. And I hope that by traveling across the country like this, I actually get to meet a lot of you in person. Or how about all of you? Does that sound like a good idea? I think it does. We're going to have fun. You guys, we'll see y'all next Wednesday. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.